Meta just completed the biggest bot purge in history, and some people woke up to losing millions of followers. Taylor Swift, 5 million followers gone. Ariana Grande, 7 million gone. BTS, 7 million gone. Kylie Jenner lost 15 million followers.
Wow.
Woo!
Well, I lost 2.3 million, so it's pretty bummed.
I know.
It went down to 1,700 or something like that.
Wow, Jason.
I know.
So you had
Thought it was popular.
all the bots following
I
Jason.
lost like 5 followers, and those ratios are more than Kylie Jenner losing 15 million.
Right? So they deleted 50 million fake accounts. Jason, you said you did lose like 14 or something.
Yeah, that's like 14.
It was like nothing.
I don't know where those bots came from, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So we were talking though about how if people that purchase followers, like, does it help them get more followers? Because when you land on someone's page and you see that they have, 10K, 15K, are you more likely to hit that follow button?
Yeah, then you go to their reels and they're getting like 20 views, and you're like, okay, I know what's going on here.
100%.
And then it actually kills you. I think.
Not 20, but yeah, I know.
Well,
what you mean.
But I will say, I'll do a deeper dive if they have a large following. I'll do a deeper dive and like look at the content. Are they dropping? Especially if it's like their little bio or preface or whatever it is, kind of like aligns with something I might want to follow. Like I'll take a look at that. Then I'll absolutely look at their content, especially if they have a lot of followers. But on the contrary, there's also people that have really good content. I'll see something, I'll go to their page and they have like 500 followers, and then I get all sus. I'm like, right? So yeah, I think it does.
But I mean, people lose a lot of my respect when I see something where you see like they have like 20,000 followers, and then you go and see they're getting like 200, 300 views on their reels.
Yes.
It's just fake,
So you feel scammed when you see that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, why would you?
What if they just had a poor performing reel?
No, not when
Not
they're all
reel
like
after
that.
reel after
It
reel.
happens to me. I'll get some that just like they
Yeah, but you have plenty of high
out.
ones. You have a bunch of high performers.
Yeah.
So
I've not
to
purchased
Jay's
a
point,
single
if
I don't
they're
trust
all
them
low,
if they do that.
That's when it's a red flag. If they have a low one here and there, that's not a red flag to me.
What do you think? Do you get sussed out when they have a lot of followers and they don't get a lot of views on their reels? Do you even check? Are you like, Jason, do you check or no? Drop it in the comments. We want to hear from you on that.
And I don't necessarily always check. I just, obviously, it's not like I don't know. It's not like
Jason's
like
over here with his
vanity,
checklist.
like,
Let me
who
go
is this
through
person?
Let me go through my pre-flight
But I have seen
follower
it.
list before I click follow.
I have seen it. I mean, there are people that I know that I follow and then I watch their stuff that have that, right? And I
think it's muscle memory. When you click on someone's account and it's a new account and you're curious about them and you see their follower count, if it's high, you're going to immediately go to the reels. In fact, I think in general, you immediately go to the reels. What I don't like more than what you just described, I don't like when I go to the reels and they hide their views.
You can do that.
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
And not many people do, but when they do, I'm like, okay, if you get a lot of views, you don't want to hide that. And so
Right.
if you're hiding your views, to me, that just means that you don't get any views.
I would almost think that like encourages you to buy followers, like Jay was just saying, if you could hide the views. I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely sus. I mean,
Okay, so check this out. I want to react to this. Dustin Brom, massive agent, right?
Yep.
Love that guy. Puts out great content.
Great.
Been a fan and a friend for years of his.
Fan and a friend.
Okay, yeah, he and I used to follow each other on Snapchat back in like 2017.
Snapchat
Oh my
era.
goodness,
Yes.
yeah, we were so cringe. I look back
When,
at
like,
that.
when,
Snappers.
when Snap was first coming on the scene.
Yeah, I wonder if he was part of that. Remember when Chelsea Pites, me, that one dude, we like staged a fake
like who are the
get
best
together.
snappers?
Yeah, it was so funny. At an Inman in San Francisco, like in 2017. Anyway, all right, Dustin posted this. He said, "We all know ChatGPT wrote your post. We all know Claude wrote your script, and it's pure poop emoji. All because you were too lazy to reword, rephase, and personalize it before using."
Very fair.
So initially, okay, I'm just gonna I thought about this because I saw this morning, and initially, I was like, okay, kind of agreed. But then I started thinking about it more, and I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares if ChatGPT wrote your post? Who cares if Claude wrote your script? We're all doing it. You're doing it too. So what? You took a few extra minutes and rephrased it. That doesn't make you better. It still takes work to translate what the AI gave you into content and to post it and to write a caption.
Not to mention you have to prompt it in the first place.
So part of me was like, who cares? And then part of me was like, are you just trying to be like more deceptive? Like, are you better than others if you make your content look like you didn't use AI? It's just crazy to me because now the game is you got to come up with content and we're all using AI to do it, but yet you can't make it look like you used AI.
I know.
So
it's like you still want it to be like my free thought.
So you just have to tell the AI to make it not look like AI.
and that's what
You gotta be a
everyone's
better
doing.
prompt
I mean,
engineer, right, Jay?
yeah, like when we rolled out Claude to our organization, included in the email rolling out Claude, I included a prompt for everyone to go put in their settings that tells it how to not seem like it's AI. But then I really started thinking about it, and I'm like, but it is AI, and everybody knows it's AI, and why are we trying so hard to hide the fact that it's AI?
Knows it. I mean,
I
you
think a
showed
lot
that
of people
chart
know.
the other day, and
True.
there's not many.
Okay,
There's
okay.
a lot of people that aren't using it, and they're on the free, and so when you're on the free, you can't use it a long time, right?
True.
You only have a certain amount of tokens. So, and they probably give you the crap model for the free.
I don't know about that, but I do know you're limited. For instance,
Yeah.
my sister-in-law was telling me that on the free version of ChatGPT, she only gets like 5 image generations in like a certain window.
But I think like Claude's 4.6 or 4.7, it has a little better personality, and it sounds a little bit better and cooler.
Opus.
Opus. Sorry, I meant Opus.
Yeah.
You didn't say.
Did I say?
Yeah,
I said
no,
Claude
you said
4.6.
Sonnet.
Yeah, well, Sonnet is 4.6, Opus 4.7.
Sonnet is the crap one, right?
That's not crap.
Yeah, I'd say
Well, it's
Sonnet's
not,
Sonnet's really good.
but it's below the Opus.
Right.
Yes.
Opus is the
best
premium
model.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which that's what we use. I mean, that's what I use.
That's like the working one that like builds stuff.
my for
Right?
Theo.
Like Sonnet is great for like chatty, but I mean like Sonnet is still amazing.
Sonnet's incredible. Yeah. So, I mean, because I'm on the API and you're still on extra usage,
Yes.
you're like,
I'm
like
fancy like
flying
that.
under the radar
Yes.
Yeah.
with Anthropic. And anyway,
That's what likes Theo.
I
you
downgraded
fancy,
a
huh?
lot.
You fancy, huh? Right.
well, the other day, Claude doubled usage for everybody.
Yes, thanks to SpaceX.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Elon.
Right?
And Elon, we trust.
And I've noticed I haven't been recharged for my Claude bot since April 24th. And so I'm like, I'm like super
Whoa.
excited about it. I want to like share with you something incredible that we did yesterday with our AIs. So you've heard of DocuSign, right? And you probably use DocuSign, I would imagine, fairly often, especially if you're in real estate or a similar type of.
Because doesn't NAR own that? Or they
Don't
were
own it. They were
investors
an
in
investor in
Yes.
it. Right. And it's expensive.
Oh yeah.
And so people have all sorts of different versions of that. There's like AuthentiSign and there's, .lu, DigiSign.
Yeah, and it verifies like the actual signer, like for the IP, all that. Yeah.
So
Good
there
AI.
is a GitHub repository called DocuSeal, and DocuSeal is the complete code base to build yourself your own document signature
So you can
platform.
just
So
snag the
yesterday,
repository?
in 3 minutes, I asked my bot Theo, or you asked your bot Theo, I
Yes.
asked my bot Oliver to download the repository onto my Mac Mini and spin me up my own version of essentially DocuSign. And literally within 3 minutes, it's fully functional. And I shared it with Noah, and we're going to integrate that into the addendum signing process, and we're going to use this. Otherwise, we would have been spending thousands of dollars a month to sign contracts on the platform.
Wow. So like, so
Okay.
DocuSign just basically
I
got
know, Elliot's
wiped
like-
out. Like, are they? They're not a public company, right? So
I think
Okay,
they
that's
they are?
like okay. First of all, how
wonder if
freaking
they're-
cool is that? Like, good for you guys for even like this. How I want to know later, and you can tell me how the heck did you even discover that?
I found it on X.
on X. Yes.
What?
Yep.
That is so awesome.
Market cap 9.4
And then
billion.
not only that,
Prior
like
today,
how
it's
many
like
things are going to be just destroyed, right? Like that. Like I mean, DocuSign is a big ass deal.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Big ass
but
deal.
it's not with AI.
That's my point, Jay. That's
yeah.
exactly what I'm
When,
saying.
once AI can see code base and be like, okay, this is what you're doing. Oh, yeah, I can spin that up in 3 minutes.
This is also a little different, and please go off on that. But another little fun thing, and it's way different. But like, you remember all those forums that people used to drop a photo, and somebody with their Photoshop skill, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Can you do this for me?
yeah.
Like, I don't know why I was thinking about this yesterday evening, but like, gone are the days
Right.
for everything like that.
Yep. No longer do we need someone to do us a favor and Photoshop something.
Yep.
But yeah, this is incredible to me. I was blown away not only by the fact that this exists, but then that we implemented it. Not only do we implement it, we've already used it. And so like in the span of 5 minutes, my AI went out and downloaded this repository, set everything up, set the APIs up, linked it to an outside URL, and sent a document out for signing.
Boom.
I have to admit, I'm fairly baffled in this moment.
So this is what I think, that when you see what is possible, when you have zero software engineering skills, right? Like none.
And this is why SaaS is going away. This is why it's diving. It's taking a nosedive right now.
Oh yeah, SaaS.
And
has been
anyone
launched.
that is software developing, you can basically just say, hey,
Yeah, you have to
AI,
have an
figure
exclusive-
this
you have
out.
to have a product, right? Like, and then from there, it's just a wrapper, which is what the SaaS is So,
yeah, which I'm sure there's a lot of people that are on DocuSign. I'm sure it's pretty robust and
well, they clean the security things, right? Like that's the part that I'm like, wait, how did it solve all of those? And I mean, it's not overly difficult, right? Because
it's just encryption, and all that is code, and so it's just copying it. Jason, you saw a graph yesterday you showed me. I was trying to find it real quick of SaaS and how you could just like see it like trending down. I was trying to find it real quick.
Did I send it to you? I don't know where I sent it.
I think you just showed me on screen, but
oh yes, I think I did. My bad. But yes, the SaaS is taking a nosedive.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty incredible.
It's gonna eat it up.
Pretty incredible. But here's the thing, like I just want to share with our viewers and our listeners is that if you hear these things and you think that, you couldn't go implement these, or this is complicated, or it's confusing, just jump in. You don't even need to know what you're doing. You can ask an AI to help you learn what you're doing, and you can learn as you go.
You do screenshots and go, what do I do next? And then it tell you, and then what do I do next? Screenshot, upload it to Claude.
I was slow to that hack. I remember one time you told me that, and you were just like, I just did this, and I was like, why haven't I thought of that? Because I'll follow the instructions, and I'm like, I'm not finding this, and like I have some experience with some of this stuff, so like I kind of get frustrated because I couldn't figure it out, and then like come back, or I'd go like this, go to that. I spent all this time, and then you start loading a screenshot, and you're like, oh, why didn't I think of this sooner?
For sure, jump in, just learn it. You will learn as you go, and you really don't even need to know how it's working as long as you can prompt it well. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Thanks for tuning in.